Red Doggies caught me slipping with the wailing on me. I went to calling out for Jesus like a reverend on me. Chalked it up to sin, took it on my chin. Gotta take some L's if you wanna win. They took it, but didn't take us in. I didn't even have no re-up I could re-up with. Had to rob another just to re-up. Pray to God that in his heart he found forgiveness for me. It was nothing personal, it was just business for me. When I got on, I paid him back and told him it was ugly. I'd rather ask forgiveness like 100 times than be asking for permission in a beggar's line. Cause of who I be and check out how I tend to mine. I got a partner who don't eat no poke.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Devon Hamilton able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. This defense for the Jags, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. These two teams, they met earlier in the year in Jacksonville with the Jags coming out on top. So a win here in Nashville would give them the season series. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Etienne. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Officially nothing on that one. No gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. Quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. And Marshall's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, they picked up the 1st down, but I'm just going to say I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot. And it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
Well, it wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
That one throw here to his running back. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Hurts throw pulled in by Marshall. And he's going to get this inside the 30. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Jaguars. Terrace Marshall, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Three yards remain for 2nd down. Looking to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Burton. And oh, he coughed it up, and the Jags grab it. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's a...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. These two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's got some space here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll run here with Eckler. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So 2nd and 4 from the 22. They'll set up a throw. And this one's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. So now the Titans are going to call upon their field goal unit here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Gano's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
1st down, Jaguars.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Flush to his right. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On the counter, ETN. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first down, Hurts. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Elijah Molden. And the Titans are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got Burton here. And he's brought down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The Titans on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Running on first down, Eckler. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there, bank at the 39-yard line. Josh Allen racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They'll look to throw here. He'll air this one out for Boyd. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Kevin Farley. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I would guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. He completes this to Russell Gage. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll get this off to ETN. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Hurts throw complete here to Herndon. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. big target, guy you can spot pretty easily, put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 44. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Eckler, they run left side. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
He'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
What you call a rookie mistake. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He's going to air one out. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 73 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he will have a Titans first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. A handoff, it's Eckler. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll drop to throw. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard stripe. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And Gano's kick is right through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they doubled that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you've kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
Throwing is Hurts. Got some room at the 30, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They go play action with Hurts. Flushed out right. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's a 2nd down. Here's Hurts to throw. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Flush to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Etienne. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
They'll roll him out right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
It's Eckler again. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll run. It's Etienne. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal perfection.
Oh, no, he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Jags are an extra point away from taking the lead. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Able to get this to Patrick. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just saw receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He's back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jags have just about sewn up this football game. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw. Because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Well, without question, when you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Jacksonville, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the